Welcome YouTube, all of y'all. Welcome. Today we're gonna be doing some internet historian, yeah, covering very relevant events. Being so happy to see the failure of another event, because so far the last every event he's covered so far has been a dumpster fire after another. So I'm assuming whatever happened in this festival was just as bad as everything else has happened. So I do this all live on Twitch, so if you want to be here part of the reaction with me and be in with my community, stop by my Twitch and all that. Give me a good old follow so you could be here for next time. Besides that, I do record these on YouTube, so like and subscribe. Obviously I do record this on YouTube. No shit, I just realized that I said that as if you're not pressing it from a YouTube video. What is that stupidity I just said? Like, huh? That makes no sense. You know what I mean. Like and subscribe helps a lot. I'm a bit of an idiot. Alright. Anyways, I have Discord. You want to have your suggestions somewhere that I would actually have a way to list it, would be there. So you want to show up and all that. If you don't want to join that, all that, just drop it in the comments. No links though. Links are cringe, but still drop what you want me to watch. I'll write it down, trust me. All right, I got you guys. I got you. Anyways, hello YouTube. It's coming. It could be yours. Come join. Absolutely. When I worked in events, I was shown Fyre Festival documentaries. It was a lesson on what not to do. Like, in no way was I ever going to be part of something so dodgy. There was even a Netflix documentary about this. IHG video is better though. Really? Okay. You're getting me all excited. I'm excited to see what this one's about. Anyways, besides that, YouTube, let's get right into this one, shall we? What's happening?
Hi there.
Hi.
You're probably wondering how I got this tan. Well, let me tell you the story. It begins with a man by the name of Billy McFarland. Billy was a good boy. At 22, he had dreams of becoming a super wealthy entrepreneur, dropping out of college to start a business called Magnesis. Over the years, he managed to network with some powerful people. One of them was Ja Rule. Translated from German, I believe it means, yes, rule. Over drinks, he pitched an idea. Here's an accurate recreation of that event.
Mr. Rule, he says, I have a brilliant idea.
Like, word, like, yo, what happened? I'm like, yo, this thing too wild, fucking the fish.
Precisely. Great minds think alike. It will be 2 weeks of absolute luxury in the Bahamas.
Okay now.
Promotion began in late 2016. Fyre promised beaches, ladies, gourmet food, luxury villas, hosted on a private island in the Bahamas called Fyre Cay, once owned by Pablo Escobar. VIP tickets up to 200.
I'm sorry. How is that a selling point? One's owned by this predominantly huge cartel drug dealer. Excuse me?
$50,000. Swimming pigs. Blink 182. Major laser. A steel drum. Welcome to Fyre Festival. The best 2 damn weeks of your life.
Sounds like an event.
I bought my ticket immediately.
And what happened?
The day arrives. About 5,000 people are making their way directly from Miami Airport, and there are huge delays.
5,000? That's a lot of people.
Is to get to Fyre Cay. Although I shouldn't say Fyre Cay, because it doesn't exist. In the marketing, they referenced this island, which is actually Norman's Cay, run by George Jung, not Pablo, by the way. But that doesn't matter because we're not going there either. We're going to Great Exuma. Private island? Forget that. Population? 7,000. In fact, we're basically in the parking lot of a sandals resort. In the end, only about 500 of us make it to the island.
5,000 were heading towards it. Only 500 made it. What is this? The Hunger Games? Ladies, gourmet food, luxury accommodations, and plenty of cocaine just for you. It will be the most luxurious lines you've ever done in your life.
The remaining customers' flights are cancelled. You're about to see why.
Okay,
We're hauled onto a school bus and taken to the site, a gravel lot with a bunch of FEMA tents.
Oh no!
Remember those promises of luxurious villas? Pranked ya? Enjoy your stay, and don't forget your complimentary cup of UNICEF rice.
Turn this bus right around.
Once there, no one knows whose tent belongs to whom, so staff try getting everyone into a line. Then they abandon that idea and tell everyone it's a free-for-all. Expecting a party, this guy took all of his drugs on the flight.
Oh god. Truly a bargain. I know. This guy's a real good salesman, I'll tell you that. At the low price of 250K. Oh my god, what a steal.
Over.
Is that
He's the
before or
only
after
one having any
taxes?
fun. Everyone else is grumpy because it's been 5 hours and there's no food. In lieu of food, staff decide to start handing out tons of free tequila. This only exacerbates problems. Once the food does arrive, it's just as delectable as promised though. Gourmet craft single there. A few hours later, bags arrive on a shipping container. It was getting dark and there was no lighting.
So everybody's walking around with their cell phones trying to look for their luggage.
Plenty of people had their luggage stolen. But don't worry, if you have any valuables, the festival advertised top-notch security. Here it is. But no one told guests they had to provide their own lock.
Just redeem the money spent so hard. I just this is so bad. I can't take this seriously. This is such a joke. What? Huh?
There are rumors of muggings by the locals.
Not the
I heard
Rust
rumors of
gameplay.
feral dogs.
Not the Rust gameplay, bro. Tents are burning, celebrated the bar. That's crazy.
Tent supposedly caught fire. The closest beach has a rampant shark problem. Staff don't have any uniforms or walkie-talkies, so no one knows who's in charge, and the people who are in charge can't talk to each other. Here's the bathroom. Many staff quit after only a couple of hours. For the few customers who were willing to just make the most of it and enjoy the music, they had some bad news too. All of the major musical acts pulled out. In fact, Major Lazer wasn't even confirmed to go in the first place. The event was promoted as cashless, so all people had were these useless Disney bucks on their Fyre band, which meant they couldn't buy anything or catch a cab if they were stranded. And even with only 500 people, there are too few tents and beds, so
Oh my god! Bethesda couldn't have done a worse job running this mess. Don't tempt them. They might just take you off on. They just take you on that offer. They just might take you up on that offer. Bethesda, yeah, it's a video I covered by the Internet Historian not that long ago. I think it's the first one I covered with him ever. It was the fall '76. So, yeah.
So everyone is just stealing each other's. And for any of you thinking you could just escape to the sandals, bad luck. It's peak season and they are absolutely full. People are reaching out to the embassy for help. After a few hours, most people chose to go back to the airport, and the rest were forced back home when the Bahamian government stepped in. The festival was closed.
That is
But the
horrible.
exodus from the island made its own problems. Guests spent hours dehydrated and hung over in a hot building. Why staff locked the door isn't entirely known, but one girl fainted before they were finally reopened. Everyone gets home and that was the end of it. Except for me. I was rescuing someone, helping them out, and I got lost in the woods. Anyway, back at home, the shitstorm on social media was just ramping up.
This is the thing about I love about Internet Historian. We covered the whole event and why it sucked, and the video's not even halfway through. The video's not even halfway through. What happened more after?
The Reddit Fyre Festival was created, and it started documenting everything that went wrong at the event. People were circulating a fake tweet by Jar that the whole thing was a social experiment. Some wholesome festival memes there. And it quickly turned into a marketing case study of what not to do. In response, Fyre started serving cease and desist
That's what you saw over there.
letters to stop people from saying mean things about them.
Really?
Mr. Rule released an official statement online, both apologizing and saying that it's not his fault. Interestingly, he wasn't even on the island at the time. He was giving a concert in Chicago. Although, to their credit, they offer everyone a full refund. Or You could always let it ride and opt in for tickets to 2018's Fyre Festival.
And a VIP ticket to next year's Fyre Festival if they decide to go.
Meanwhile, Billy is on
next year, my reaction. Next year? Hell no.
full damage control. He claims that a storm came in the night before and changed all of the marketing into lies.
We got to a point that we were very excited about on Wednesday night with how the two sites looked, and we got hit by a big storm.
But the apologies weren't enough. A few days later, and the first lawsuit was served.
Attorney Ben Misalis doesn't think it's funny. He's
It's not funny. It is kind of funny, you can't lie. It's a little funny. Achievement unlocked. Mess up so bad they use you as an example of what not to do. Absolutely.
filed a $100 million class action lawsuit against the organizers.
Then another suit. Then 7 more. Then the feds got involved, claiming Billy had committed wire fraud. Serious charges with serious prison time. More on that later.
Just Google it.
Right now, let's go into the history of Fyre Festival. The marketing was clever. To get the word out, they got in touch with about 400 influencers, Instagram celebrities, and they offered them VIP tickets or cash to promote the event. They even managed to get Kendall Jenner to post about it. Rumor has it she was paid $250,000 for this post. Their marketing worked though. The festival sold out. So how did it go so wrong?
Right.
Let's start with the money. During the planning process, a consultant came in and said the festival would cost $50 million and require another year of organization.
They should have planned this 2 whole years out.
This is after they made all the promises, and they had nothing near that amount, so they started cutting expenses way back. Remember those luxury villas? They were going to cost $10 million alone, so they scrapped them. Now everyone gets a tent. Deposits for the bands? Nope. Food, infrastructure, staff, all were cut back.
Oh my god.
But you may ask, how did they have so little cash if they sold out? It's the price. It was way too low. Now wait a minute. Up to $250,000 a ticket is too low. In fact, on social media, people were so merciless and unsympathetic towards the guests because they thought it was a bunch of rich kids paying for tickets with a starting price of $12,000. And you can thank fake news for that assumption. You see that number repeated everywhere.
Okay.
But actually, very few were paying even close to that amount. The standard price was around $1,200, which, if you think about 2 weeks in the Bahamas...
Yeah, I could do the problem. For something like that, I think it'd be around 22K, 23, 25, maybe even 30. Realistically speaking, for this type of trip, you would think. Because you're not just going to a trip, you're also going to see concerts with a bunch of celebrities. So that would make sense. You would think this would be more expensive than that, hitting the 30s, you know?
With practically all of your expenses taken care of.
Yeah.
That's pretty bloody good. In fact, some tickets were as low as $500.
6 months ago, got together and got the early bird special for about $500. And this covered food, transportation, ticket, and somewhere to sleep.
How on earth were they going to break even with that? They weren't.
They weren't.
And on the flip side, there's no proof whatsoever that anyone purchased a $250,000 ticket. So basically, they're stuffed. Billy has to start taking tough short-term loans just to keep afloat. Which, by the way, is why they did the Fyre bans. It was to raise cash. It's reported that up to $2 million in Firebucks in-game currency was spent in the lead up to the event. But this wasn't even close to enough. Practically broke, and with the event only a few weeks away, the more experienced staff suggested postponing. But thanks to those short-term loans, he couldn't. So he insisted on going forward. Those staff tried to control the damage by telling celebrities and public figures not to go.
How was the Fyre Festival?
Damn. So damn.
So, Billy and Jar are in some serious trouble. But let's please have one failed festival that has a sequel.
Okay.
Well, Billy is out on $300,000 bail. His assets were frozen as at May 18th. He dropped his expensive attorneys. He's selling his property in New York. He tried to sell Magnesis for $150,000, but it was cancelled for being fraudulent. Massively in debt and with no hope of paying it back, Fyre went into involuntary bankruptcy.
Damn.
And that is the end of Fyre Festival.
It died as it lived, being a bad product.
Be posted about whether Billy is going to jail. So long, Fyre Festival. You were too beautiful for this world. And as for me, well, it's time to go home.
This is great. 2 hours later. Oh. Well, ain't forever. I'll tell you that. Ain't forever. I can't believe that this is just a product of, you know, what bad planning does to the entire... God, why would those tickets sell so low? What was the whole point? How do you mess up so bad? How do you mess up so bad and then grow with it? I don't get it. Just makes literal, like, bruh. Bruh. People think running events all fun and games. Seem like there is no planning. That's the thing. You're right. Literally, there is no planning at all. What happened to the planning? There is no sit down. There is no budgeting. It looks like they made commercials, right? Then after that, they sat down and then they thought about the budgeting and planning after they made the commercials. And they set the ticket price and started selling the tickets. Then they're like, all right, we sold tickets. All right, how much do you think it's gonna cost? Planning was cut by the budget. Yeah, they had to cut the planning out of the budget. Oh, for sure. It's just, wow, incompetence on incompetence. You know what? Props to those workers that called celebrities and said, don't show up, bro, this is a no-go, don't show up here. You know, they did them a real solid. Was we sure Pete Parsons wasn't sufficing Fyre Festival money for his car collection? Nah, not beneficial enough. Believe me. Alright, because like at least Destiny has a whole reason why it's good at making money, and that's because it's based on gambling schemes. This is not gambling. If it's not effective in any way, then it's not good enough. I'm such a high-level disaster. It's such a high-level disaster, it's hilarious. Oh, absolutely sure. It looks too bad to be true, honestly speaking. You know? It's just so like, what the fuck? What am I looking at? It's a whole ass nothing burger of like event. And it's all like, alright, let's just make like 500 people pay to be here. It's like the world's least planned scam. Like even scammers will at least try to like make it look better. Probably put more funding into it so you come back for the next year. Anyways, YouTube, that was my reaction to the failure of Fyre Fest, which was definitely a very, very interesting one to cover. Now, how do you mess up that bad? I know, that's what I'm confused about. A nothing burger where they literally serve nothing burgers. Yeah. You know? Anyways, YouTube, I will see you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed that reaction. I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All that. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye, my lassos.